Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Rob, also known as Checked Out, and in today's video we're going to be talking about how you can cop from Best Buy. We're talking consoles or GPUs or anything like that that uses their Q system, and this is going to be a manual friendly guide, so this is with no bots, just strictly manual, and going over some tips that me and members of my group have discussed and have tested over a few weeks, and what we found works best for us, and that lets us cop. And to show some proof, here's just on one of my accounts. I hit a Founders Edition GPU. I hit a Founders Edition 3060 GPU, and I also hit a Xbox Series X last week. So these were all manual, and this is just on one of my accounts that I have. I have four. Two of them have Total Tech memberships, and two of them are just normal Best Buy accounts. And so real quick, guys, before we get into this, if you are looking for a cook group to join, just click the description down below and click the link down there, and it'll take you to my website where you could purchase access to my Discord group. We cover sneakers, consoles, GPUs, everything. We come with in-depth release guides for manual users and botters, and we offer top-of-the-line information at a fraction of the cost of what other groups are offering. So just head over to my website and just join right here. It's on screen. And even though this video isn't about botting, if you are interested into getting into botting and copying like at a scale that I bought, then scroll down on my website. You could purchase this full class that'll teach you everything from being a complete beginner to being on my level and my knowledge of botting, and to hitting on majority of the releases, and to knowing how to hit on every single hyped release. But let's stay on topic. Let's talk about how to manually cop GPUs and consoles off of Best Buy when they are using their Q system. So I don't really have any visuals to go off of, as I don't really record my live cops because it is manual and a lot of my information is displayed. So I'm just gonna kind of talk, and you guys should just kind of listen. So what me and some of my members from my group who have a ton of experience from hitting on Best Buy and all that stuff, we have been testing for about a few weeks now how to prevent account looping. If you know what I'm talking about, it's when you're mid drop and it says please verify your account, you hit verify and it just keeps looping you and doesn't actually send you a code. And so nobody really knows the real reason behind this, but we can infer that it is because they're trying to bot protection you. They think that you're botting or trying to just cop multiples, which obviously they don't allow on their website. It's typically one per person. So a way around this is, and what I've been doing personally, is to prevent account looping. You're going to want to sign into one account on each browser. I'm not sure if it has to be a unique IP. However, if you're using Google Chrome, make sure the user that your Chrome is signed into is only using one browser. So if you wanted to use two locally, you would have to open one on Google Chrome and the other one would have to be on a completely different browser, such as whatever this is, Microsoft Edge. And these two different browsers, you can only be signed into one account per browser. So that means that, let's say I have 4 accounts, so I have one Google browser open, I'll have another browser open, sign into a different account, and so on. All right, so I don't know if you guys are confused, but the way I'm kind of explaining it, it might be a little bit confusing. So I just kind of drew it out as to what is actually happening. Let's say you have 3 accounts, right? So you have your phone is signed into one account, you have Google Chrome signed into another account, and then you have Microsoft Edge signed into your third account. So that is good. That is what you want. You want each browser. So the phone is like on Safari or something, that's a browser. Google Chrome is its own browser, and Microsoft Edge is its own browser, and all 3 of these are signed into their respective account. Now you're going to want to put your phone on LTE to give it a unique IP that is different from your desktop. You see what the problem is here, and I'm not too sure if this causes account verification loops, because what really causes the loops is when you're signed in to multiple browsers on the same account. That's always a big red flag. This might be a little risky because you are on the same IP, so you may want to take that into consideration. I wouldn't have more than 2 accounts on the same IP. Just because you may get proxy banned, which is a form of bot protection if you didn't know. So ideally, here's what I use is I put my phone on LTE for my first account. Then on my second account, I open up Google Chrome and it's signed into my second account. And then on my third and fourth account, I use a proxy and then it's signed into whatever browser onto my third account. In this way, I have unique browsers with their each account, so I'm not signed in twice on different browsers, because that is what causes the account verification loop. And trust me guys, I'm comping at least once a week from Best Buy. Like it's funny, if you actually play by the rules for Best Buy, they will reward you and they will let you cop almost every single time, as long as you're fast enough with the pings. Like if your group is fast, for example mine, we know exactly when it happens, so a lot of our members have a very good chance every single time something restocks, because we ping it as soon as we see it. And if you're following these rules, you won't have any issues. It's just down to luck, as if they're going to let you through, they're going to let you through and cop. If not, it's not. But at least you're not getting any bugs like account verification loops. And the second thing I want to talk about as to how to possibly prevent account looping is to only go for one SKU per account. So another thing that we've been doing to prevent account looping is to, once you do have unique browsers with sign into your unique accounts, so again, one browser for one account, I personally found that if I'm still getting looped, it's probably because I've entered for different queues for different SKUs. So again, what I'll do is on my phone, on my first account, I'll only enter for, let's say it was a GPU drop, so it has multiple SKUs. I'll only enter for the 36 Founders Edition. And then on the desktop, on the Google Chrome browser with my second account, I'll enter for a different SKU, the 3070 Founders, and so on. What you will not see me doing is on one account entering for multiple SKUs, as I found, one, this messes up your queue time, and two, it can lead to account verification loops, which is what we don't want. And so essentially this is how a bot works, but we're just manually doing it. And I found that it is a lot safer than actually running bots, because you can run into a lot more errors, and just a lot of people correlate bots with, you know, like mass tasks and all that. And while I do bot for most releases, you have to understand that just because your bot supports a website doesn't mean that it's the best at it, and sometimes there are better, smarter alternatives. And me personally and members of my group have found that this way of doing things is pretty reliable. So yeah, your key takeaways from this is to definitely try to get unique IPs. So put your phone on LTE, open up Google on your browser, and then if you want to run more browsers, you can use proxies. One thing I've been using is, if you have other bots and they support this a Google Chrome Harvester, is since these have capture proxies in them, you can actually open unique browsers inside of them. So that's one way to do it. And another way to do it would be to download a proxy extension, I believe it's called. I personally don't do it, but you guys can look into it, and it should allow you to enter a proxy or a unique IP into the thing, and it'll give that browser its unique IP. So like I said guys, at the end of the day, this is literally how a bot works. It's just, you're just manually doing it, and I feel it's a lot safer for Best Buy. But let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you use this, and if you guys want to see more little manual tricks that I personally use to copying for other websites, just let me know. Drop a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want to see more, and have a good night.